Warning, this podcast contains spoilers. Hello everyone, and welcome to the TV podcast for A.R.G.U.S Season 3, Episode 3, Corto Maltese. I am your host, Clio, and welcome to the One Woman Podcast. We start off this episode with everyone on Team A.R.G.U.S being frustrated that the trail of Sara's murderer ran cold. Felicity is trying to be optimistic, but it's not helping Ollie, at all. It turns out that it doesn't matter that the trail runs cold because at the end of the episode, Nyssa shows up and demands that Ollie tell her where Sara is. Yeah. That's going to be exceptionally juicy if my theory is correct that A.R.G.U.S is the actual murderer of Sara. Daddy's gonna have a lot of explaining to do. Turns out Felicity will also have some explaining to do because she is keeping her new job and her new boss a secret from the team, from Team A.R.G.U.S. She is also, more obviously, keeping Team A.R.G.U.S a secret from Ray. And she's really bad at it. Yeah, I don't think it will take long at all for Ray to work out what she's doing on the side, especially if she keeps doing it right in front of him. I mean, Ray is a genius. But he's also got some secrets that he's hiding. The hard drive that he had Felicity save had weapons blueprints on it, which could be bad. Queen Consolidated might be taking a Stark Industries route of making military weapons that get used poorly. And hopefully if something like that happens, he will make the transition over to being the Atom. Woo! I'm just so excited for his Atom origin story. That is, assuming he's not already the Atom. I would assume he's not already the Atom. When Diggle finally gets 2 days off to spend with his family, Lila sends him on a dumbass mission. He's not a part of A.R.G.U.S. And she sends him to go find an A.R.G.U.S agent. At first I was like, what a bitch! But as the episode ends, and I think about 2 specific lines that make me completely understand what she's done. The first line is said by Shaw, and it's something to the effect of, Amanda Waller doesn't let you go, there's no way out of A.R.G.U.S. And the second line is, Lila says, and it is, I do whatever Amanda Waller tells me to do. With that information in mind, Lila probably put Diggle in harm's way on purpose in order to protect the baby. Amanda Waller is a very scary lady, and she has access to all of A.R.G.U.S.'s family, their weak points, their pressure points. And with this new knowledge, I think Amanda Waller is going to be making the transition from ally, pseudo-ally, to antagonist, enemy, very soon. And we will probably see the dismantling of A.R.G.U.S. because, if this gets brought to light, which I assume A.R.G.U.S is a military program, or at least a government program. So if this comes to light, there'll be a scandal, and the government will want regulation, and A.R.G.U.S will probably just be disbanded. Laurel finds her calling when she fights the spouse abuser, but she lacks the skills to actually defeat him. Just an aside to that, she only got hit twice. That to me didn't seem like hospital-worthy injuries, but he was very strong, so I don't know, maybe they were. Who cares? He's in jail now. Justice! But Ted will undoubtedly teach her how to take a hit. And speaking of which, yay! We got Wildcat a little sooner than I was expecting, and I'm very happy about it because that means Ted Grant can start teaching Laurel right away. Yes. And Laurel gets demoralized when two of the people she trusts the most told her to just give up and not do this whole fighting thing. She wasn't cut out for it, and she wouldn't be as good as her sister. And that sucks. Any normal person would have given up, especially if people they trusted that much told them, yeah, go fuck yourself. But thank God Laurel's not normal. And that just made her want to try harder. And she went to Ted Grant to get some training. And I'm very excited to see more of Wildcat. He seems like a stand-up guy who's looking out for the kids who are maybe making not the best choices and who are in bad circumstances. So yeah, I think he's gonna teach Laurel a lot, and he may draw her away from the DA's office, or make her fight harder at the DA's office probably in a different way. Although this is one of Ollie's... Oh, I forgot my tea downstairs. Although this is one of Ollie's emotional decisions, I actually agree with this one for once. I understand, because Sara wouldn't want Ollie to teach Laurel. Sara would have wanted her little sister to be safe. And Ollie, at this point, needs a way to honor Sara's memory, since he can't bring her murderer to justice. So, at this point in time, that's the best that he could do to honor Sara's memory. Thea! We finally get to see her. She's getting trained by Malcolm, hardcore. She is becoming our little badass, and I'm so excited. I really want to see her in an actual battle. So Ollie is only able to convince her when he tells her about when he tells her about their father's suicide. That he didn't drown, he killed himself in order to save Ollie. And the whole reason that Thea left in the first place was not because Ollie was lying, but because he was lying about things that had to do with her. And Ollie made like a super smart decision to not tell her about him being the heir, but to tell her about their father's death that he was keeping secret this whole time. So it was smart on Ollie's part. But they're still keeping secrets from each other. Thea doesn't know that Ollie is the Arrow, and Ollie doesn't know that Thea is now a super ninja. But Ollie's gonna figure it out pretty quickly. And when he does... Well, obviously, because Malcolm Merlin's gonna be in the next fucking episode. But when he does, I think Ollie's secret is gonna come to light for Thea, and she's going to know that he's the Arrow, and hopefully they will start working together. I don't want them to be on opposite sides of this conflict. They really need to work together. Brother and sister team. Yay. So Thea fights basically she fights for her freedom, and she wins. But did Malcolm Merlin let her win? Thea thinks so, and so do I, because I think he's ready to come back to Starling City. He's ready to, maybe not to everyone, but to expose that he is alive and that he's got unfinished business with Starling City and with the Arrow, who he knows is Ollie. Pretty sure he knows already that he's Ollie. I forget now if he, the actual proof. But yeah, I think he's ready to return, and craziness will ensue. Next episode is titled The Magician. A furious Nyssa confronts Ollie about Sara when Oliver learns... It's written Oliver, but I said Ollie. Doesn't matter. When Ollie learns Malcolm Merlin is alive, he suspects Merlin killed Sara. Oliver and Nyssa join forces to go after the Dark Archer, intent on bringing Sara's killer to justice. I don't think that he's the killer. Laurel keeps her distance from Nyssa as she blames her sister's death on her involvement in the League of Assassins. Meanwhile, Oliver and Roy work on their respective relationships with Thea. I was like, work on their relationship? What? That's some fanfic shit right there. Who has returned home. Thea returned home. Nyssa discusses Oliver with her father, A.R.G.U.S. Oh! Yeah, so... It definitely, Sara's death definitely has to do with her involvement in, the League of Assassins. I do not believe that it was Malcolm Merlyn. I think this episode is supposed to throw us off. I really do believe that A.R.G.U.S. is the most logical, I guess not logical, but it's the answer I think is obvious. Especially since he is, he's got an actor, he's gonna be in the show soon, probably next episode. And, yeah, we're gonna see a lot of Nyssa, who kicks a lot of ass. And I'm very glad for that. Yeah, Nyssa's gonna be not a happy camper. Even less so when she figures out that it was, what's his name? So, A.R.G.U.S. So, yeah. That's it for this episode. Go watch our Flash podcast. Actually, one of our episodes is under, dispute. Copyright dispute, but it'll be sorted out soon, I'm sure. But go check out our Flash podcast. If you don't watch Flash, you should, because it corresponds with Arrow, and Felicity's, I have a feeling, is not going to be in the episode The Magician, because she is going to be on Flash that week. Yes, the next episode of Flash is going to have Felicity play a big role in it, and I'm very excited for that because I've always liked Felicity and Barry, and especially since she has been snubbed by Ollie, I think Barry may be rebound material. Not that that's healthy, but, it's TV, who cares? So yeah, go check out our Flash podcast, go look at the other Arrow podcasts I've done, and if you watch TV, which I assume you do, we probably cover another show that you watch, so go check that out. Our full list is on our YouTube page. You can follow me at Clio, and you can follow all of us at ASOTV Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, right here on YouTube, and now MySpace, just because I made one. Who cares? And soon I will have an article on our website, teamcaptive.com, about the new Avengers Age of Ultron trailer. So, thank you all so much for watching. See you later! I am a ball of cheese.